By virtue of the authority conferred on me as Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this Assembly a congregation of the University of Cape Town.
We'll now sing the national anthem. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite Lisani Nemalili, a member of the SRC, to read the university dedication.
Thank you. At this time of celebration, we, the members of the University of Cape Town, reaffirm our mission to nurture rational and creative thought and free inquiry, to strive for excellence in teaching and research, to educate for life, and to address the challenges of our society. We undertake to advance these ideals in a spirit of freedom and responsibility, and through consultation and debate. We celebrate our founders, benefactors, and predecessors, those who have built the fabric and nourished the values of UCT. To those of you who will graduate today, we wish courage, wisdom, and purpose. To those who will leave the university to learn and work elsewhere, may you be sustained by those values which unite us here today and advance them in the world beyond. A love of truth and of learning, and of this, our university. Thank you.
Please be seated. there more? No? Well, the text I have in front of me just doesn't do justice to all of that. So I really want to say a great big thank you to the College of Music for really showing what a fabulous resource we have here. I have in my head words like world-class and UCT, the center of the earth, and so on. But I really want to say a big, big thank you to Julian Lindner and our colleagues from the School of Music. So to compound my embarrassment, I don't have all their names in front of me. But 12 of our performers today will be receiving their degrees this afternoon. So Gardiamus and the national anthem were led by students from the UCT choir, who were standing here to my left, accompanied by organist Eben Wagenström. And they performed a Brindisi flash mob from Verdi's La Traviata. And as you saw, the choir was augmented, and there were all of these unexpected elements for which we are really grateful. So once more, a big round of applause. Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, distinguished guests, members of the University Senate, members of staff, graduands, parents, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a special welcome to you all. Special welcome also to the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Mzweli Mkhize. Welcome to all of you to the Jamison Hall on the occasion of our graduation ceremony for the Faculty of Humanities this afternoon. A special word of welcome goes to our wonderful graduands, their parents, relatives, and friends. All our graduation ceremonies are special. They're special because of the achievements of our students, and today we especially celebrate the creativity of our students. We're very honored today to have 3 of our graduates who will be receiving honorary doctorates. And to mark the occasion, instead of making a speech, but there will be a sort of speech, 2 of them, Basil Jones and Adrian Kohler, have devised a performance of the kind of work they do. We are, in anticipation, I want to say, really honored that they've decided to prepare in the very special way in which they have this afternoon. Over to you, Vice-Chancellor.
By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I admit to the degrees specified and grant the diplomas specified to the candidates recorded as in absentia. I shall now grant the diplomas and admit to the degrees specified the candidates to be presented to me.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the award of the degree of Doctor of Fine Art, honoris causa, Marlene Dumas. Marlene Dumas, one of the most influential painters in the world today, occupies a simple, sparsely furnished ground floor apartment on the southern side of Amsterdam. Although she lives in the Netherlands, she does not attempt to capture the famous Dutch light, nor does she swim or ride a bicycle. She also doesn't drive or travel, doesn't see a therapist, doesn't have hobbies, and doesn't take holidays. She lies in bed and reflects, and she paints. And when she paints, squatting on a little wooden stool, a huge page spread out in front of her, a roll of paper towel and a photograph at her side. She pours paint, lifts the page to let it flow, dabs and corrects, stabs and strokes with a brush, and out of this emerges her trademark, compelling and challenging paintings, mostly portraits, close-ups, stripped of extraneous background detail, babies who look like dictators, brides in wedding dresses lined up like zombies, all exploring the big questions: birth, life, sex, death, evil. She was born in Cape Town, grew up in Kuilsrivier, studied at Michaelis in the 1970s. Prof. Neville Dubois, director of the school, said to her, "You are a natural painter." She says, "Everything everyone holds against painting is true. It's an anachronism. It is outdated. It is obscene. It's decadent. It's arrogant, the way it insists it's unique. And then it's stupid because it can't answer any questions. So why do we still care to look at images? That's why I continue to create them." So she is a painter, an exceptionally talented and challenging painter. She has taken a medium that's generally considered to be reactionary and traditional and shattered its formality and distance. Over the 36 years of her career, she has challenged the pictorial tradition that is predominantly male, analytical, and removed, and liberated it into something expressive, intimate, and sensuous. Her paintings have a distinctive quality, kind of humorous and wry, but also deeply open and emotional. Her work is held in major museum collections all over the world, including the Georges Pompidou in Paris, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and the Museum of Contemporary Art in Tokyo. Among many other accolades and prizes, she recently won the Johannes Vermeer Prize, the Dutch State Prize for the Arts. The jury made its unanimous decision on account of her exceptional artistic talent and the ability to capture human emotions. Perhaps the Dutch have forgiven her about the Dutch light, for not understanding Dutch humor and for running away from her accountant and her dentist. Marlene Dumas paints as a positive act. It's her method of finding meaning through images. Her painting is erotic and moving and deeply contemporary. Balzac wanted to write the human condition. Marlene Dumas is painting it. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite you to admit to the degree of Doctor of Fine Art, honoris causa, Marlene Dumas. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the award of the degree of Doctor of Literature, honoris causa, Basil John Richard Jones and Adrian Peter Kohler. As the show ends, the audience erupts into applause. The actors return to the stage to take their bows. The applause builds, louder and louder. A few audience members stand up. At last, the giant horses gallop on, and the entire audience spontaneously rises for a standing ovation. A standing ovation for the puppets, the stars of the show. This happens nightly in London, New York, Philadelphia, and Montreal, and is about to start happening in Australia. 4,000 people every night are captivated by the drama and the magic of Warhorse the show, but particularly by the triumph of spirit of the puppets, the central characters, and the stars. The artists, actually the musicians, the magicians behind these puppets are Basil Jones and Adrian Kohler of the Handspring Puppet Company, which is based in a little factory in Muizenberg. Their creativity and vision have not only astounded the world, but have also taken puppetry out of the puppetry ghetto and onto the center stage. From their early days at Michaelis in the 1970s, where Adrian was interested in puppetry and Basil hated puppets but was interested in Adrian, they've been honing their craft. Early on, they worked on a production with both puppets and opera singers, and they noticed that if the puppet took a breath at the same time as the singer, then the puppet and the singer were coordinated. But more than this, the puppet, through breathing, became alive. And since then, all of their works have started from this central point: the puppet must breathe in order to live. And from this flowed the incredible attention to detail that is the hallmark of their work: ears that twitch, skin that shivers, multiple micro movements that communicate curiosity, fear, anger, and joy, using a language that we know, but don't even know that we know. Through each production and collaboration, from episodes of An Easter Rising to Wojciech to Faustus in Africa, the puppets and the philosophy have been evolving. From string marionettes and manipulators dressed in black bunraku style, they've evolved to chimps that sign and horses that gallop with their manipulators fully visible and part of the emotion and the scene. Their remarkable 42-year-old partnership itself, with its creative tension and yin-yang elements, has been essential to the success of Handspring. Adrian is the creative, technological artist puppet maker, whilst Basil is the visionary, the negotiator. Let's get out there and put our work on the world stage. They're two individuals, sometimes asked if they're twins. They're separate, but partners, and they received 2 honorary doctorates, but only 1 citation. Basil Jones and Adrian Kohler have developed their own distinctive theatre language. They've enabled art objects to live, and to live in the performance space. It's their vision that has birthed something completely new, and in doing so, they've become an international phenomenon. Their latest phenomenon, Warhorse, with its life-sized puppet horses, has won 5 Tony Awards, the Drama Desk Outstanding Play Award, and the Outstanding New Broadway Play Award of 2011. Warhorse has been called spellbinding, exhilarating, and the best theatre of the decade. Nothing can prepare one for the extremes of emotion that such awe-inspiring puppetry on such a huge scale can produce. As the show ends, the audience erupts into applause. The standing ovations are for the inanimate objects that have attained more life than the actors beside them. The standing ovations are for the Handspring hallmark. Night after night, all over the world, the standing ovations are for Basil Jones and Adrian Kohler. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite you to admit to the degree of Doctor of Literature, honoris causa, Basil John Richard Jones and Adrian Peter Kohler.
And Mr. Colett, my apologies. I'd like to invite Mr. Jones and Mr. Colett to please address us.
While Basil's putting on the microphone, I'll just introduce the piece we're going to do. Because we don't sing or play a trumpet, we're going to attempt the world premiere of a little piece here tonight, this afternoon. It is written by Jane Taylor and tinkered around by us. It's directed by Gabriel Marchand, and it is borrowed extensively from Franz Kafka's The Report to the Academy.
Honored members of the Academy, I am pleased to be able to address a new generation of humanities graduates. Some of my best friends are human. To the graduates, then, I congratulate you. How far you have all come. You stand at the threshold. Our leaders, our future. I, too, have come a long way. When I first encountered the academic community several decades ago, I did some work with boxes and bananas. I was treated humanely, though no one ever made the error of treating me as human. My collaborator was a Dr. Wolfgang Kohler. You may have read of him. His project was celebrated at the time, but sadly ended in disgrace. Nobody wanted to teach me language back then. Perhaps they didn't want to hear what I might say. However, Dr. Adrian Kohler, no relation of Wolfgang, has given me a voice because he and I can speak for one another. That is how I address you today. So, what do I have to say to you at this critical moment as you step forward into the world, at this critical moment in the history of all living beings? I am the shape of your future. I sit on the board of one of the world's largest petrochemical companies. I do. And we will be employing thousands of people in this country, even perhaps some of you. What a naive understanding I once had of the world. Economics. I scarcely understood the term. I lived a simple life on the Congolese border. Trees were my pliable architecture. Fruit and game satisfied most of our desires. When there was not enough, we'd find more in a nearby forest. Sometimes that involved a bit of a bust-up with the neighbors. Like you humans, we too have our territorial traditions. Of course, I didn't grow to adulthood in the forest. There was the bullet, the moment of capture, and the terrible voyage across the sea. And suddenly, I was surrounded by curious Homo sapiens. But there were rewards. I discovered I had a sweet tooth. Then came cigarettes, and finally, alcohol. And I was given a golf cart for my birthday. Of course, I made an idiot of myself at first, but within months, I got the hang of it. I was 20, handsome, and my trainer was madly in love with me. I would drive her around the golf course, and she would chat to the people who were sponsoring our research. They too were golfers, with an interest in the oil business. The World Wildlife Fund had used a panda in their logo. She suggested that these oil executives should use one of the charismatic megafauna in their logo. We charismatic megafauna are the higher mammals who inspire in you your desire to care for us. The elephant, the rhino, the whale, the wolf. Yes, even the wolf. But none has the appeal of Pan Troglodytes, the chimpanzee. She said, using a chimp in their logo would show their commitment to producing oil in a safe and environmentally responsible way. I became their mascot. Mine has been an interesting career. I've done research. I know the forests of the world, and the boardrooms for that matter. And I'm here to tell you that we have few choices left to us. You Homo sapiens are desperately trying to find a balance between respect for the environment and the need for development and jobs. Well, so is chimp oil. And that brings me to hydraulic fracturing and our beloved Karoo. A lot of hot air has been expelled about hydraulic fracturing recently. Hydraulic fracturing is the process of creating fractures in rock formations by means of little underground explosions. Then, pumping water deep into the ground to expose those cracks and allowing the oil and gas to flow out. Our country has been searching for oil and gas for decades. This is all about to change. By tapping the resources of the Karoo, trillions of cubic meters of gas will be coming our way. I want you all to give your full professional support to this fantastic foreign exchange earner. Yeah, you will be the writers, the dramatists, the media communicators, and the anthropologists. We will inject water into the Karoo and we will make the desert bloom. But not with your little modest succulent plants. The Karoo has 2,000 species. The loss of only half would hardly be noticed. And there may be a few other victims, like your russet-crested tit babblers, or your desert rain frogs, or your what are they? Lizards and spike-heeled clapperlarks. These animals are seldom seen and their loss would hardly be noticed. So, I want to assure you, there are some anxious Annies who have been fretting about the possibility of our poisoning our freshwater resources, but that can only happen if the hazardous waste pipes that pass through our underground aquifer corrode. No such corrosion will happen. Some say there will be disturbances, there'll be explosions and pollution. Maybe some minor mammals won't make it, but our economy will. You simply can't make an omelette without fracking eggs. For too long we've watched as Nigeria and Angola have become rich with oil revenues. South Africa, this is your turn. We, like good stewards of the earth, we must develop what we have been given. God gave us the gas. Farms that have been underutilized for generations will become productive again. It's true that the government owns the mineral resources, but farmers will be compensated. And all the activity will mean that we'll become safe again. And, well, productive, safe activity, and our hills and valleys will echo with good vibrations. Cynics say that the government's only interest because of tenderpreneurship. Let me vouch. The chimp oil will ensure that no one holding political office will derive any kickbacks, nor their children, nor their children's children, even unto the 10th generation. I stand here with all the humility of a dung beetle. I will be the first to sacrifice my designer clothes and my 4x4 if that's what it takes to convince you of my sincerity. It was a battle to convince some members of our board to support this idea. They doubted chimp oil's ability to drum up public support. That's where I came in. I am a born communicator. I can speak for all the dumb animals, and I can tell you that it's already too late for them to survive on their own. So, my dear friends, believe me, this is our time. In collusion with you, chimp oil will become a global phenomenon. When I first addressed you here in the academy, my name was Red Peter. I was given that name because of the obvious bloody gash from where my benefactors had shot me. Several decades have passed, and I am healed completely. The wound is no longer visible. I am now Peter, simply Peter. Let me be your rock.
Thank you. Thanks to Adrian Cole and Basil Jones for that very special performance. We will now continue with the graduation ceremony.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you for the Dance Teachers Diploma, Remo Camille Jean Adonis. Bridget Nadia Tesmeen America. Sasha Benjamin. Leandy Blom. With distinction in African dance and contemporary dance, Willem Philippus Constable. Helen Haley Fortuyn. Kervin Fabian Fortuyn. Renai Audrey Fortuyn. Sherwin Stanley Road. For the Performance Diploma in Music, Samuel Ekpovi. With distinction in lyric diction and the diploma with distinction, Elizabeth Katerina Dutoy. Tseke Puti Malachi. Lerato Florence Mushlokoana. Andre Thomas. Michael Henwood Tonkin. For the Performance Diploma in Opera with distinction in Singers Theatre, Emily Medimba Dangwa. Pelisa Miendeke. Linda Wendy Nteleza. With distinction in lyric diction, Oriona Mee Wachenstrom. For the Performance Diploma in Theatre, Kutala Pasia. For the Postgraduate Diploma in African Studies, Danielle Grace Hill. For the Postgraduate Diploma in Art with distinction, Hanine Helena Conradi. With distinction, Hermanus de Klerk. Catherine Jane Robbins. For the Postgraduate Diploma in Library and Information Science, Grace Mabin. Lina Nyahodza. Jeremiah Peterson. Gracious Tenyiko Shawarira. Patricia Tortetsi. With distinction for Hard Valley, Shelley Lee Wilkin. Anita Ziller. Mbali Zulu. For the postgraduate diploma in music and performance, Claude Richard Cousins. With distinction, Lana Charmaine Croster. Kolani Richwell Madalani. Tabo Hololosejo Makolo. Siasanga Mbuyazwe. Sefisishle Mdena. Tlengiwe Precious Mkwanazi. Monique Weich. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Film and Media Production, Meli Ntabisi Ngubi. In Theatre and Performance, Sharifa Chalimo Ali. Matthew John Elves. Lynn Lee Jador Martina Barensa. Oliver William Booth. Ella Irene Francis Claire Carthew Gabriel. Imka Dutoy. Stefan Erasmus. With distinction in drama and the degree with distinction, Joanna Ruth Evans. Esti Esmarie Hugo. Andrea Lauren Juris. Dean Creel. Lauren Heidi Loebser. Pumalele Koleka Makhuzazana Ngobo. Catherine Maria Tenfeldhuis. Marnitz van Dierventer. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Fine Art with distinction in Anthropology, Eleanor Gabriela Albach. Anjan Badenhorst. Lee Bassingthwaite. Catherine Ann Bennett-Horrock. Esmeralda Dorian Brettany. Mia Koritsi Kuvaris. Lee Ann Crawford. Casey Ben Driver. Juliet Heather Forsyth. With distinction in Fine Art 4, Quanta Greer Wood Gould. Astrid Kate Gebhardt. Lauren Gilbert. Mohammed Suleiman Jacobs. Roxana Rose Kaczmarek. With distinction in Fine Art 4 and Discourse of Art, Roxy Ann Kowitsky. Siobhan Diane Keem. Michaela Talia Limberis. With distinction in Fine Art 4, Miranda Joy Moss. Setembili Sazani. Nobuko Ngaba. Sarah Dillis Omani. Emma D. Padua. Liesel Potgieter. Jire Manasseh Sabapati. Maria Katerina Swanepoel. With distinction in English language and literature, Mary Helen Teed. For the degree of Bachelor of Music and Composition, with distinction in Composition and Music Theory and Analysis, and the degree with distinction, Simon James Bethel. With distinction in Composition and Music Theory and Analysis and Piano, and the degree with distinction, Daniel Gadd. Angela Susan Haig. Shade Jansen. Julianne Catherine Ward. In dance, with distinction in contemporary dance, Nadine Alexa Bass. With distinction in contemporary dance, Tegan DeVoe de Marigny. With distinction in contemporary dance, Adele Candice de Villiers. Brittany Ann Hancox. With distinction in dance teaching method and notation, Angelica Helen Heald. Martine Jacinta Klein. Tahani Kotza. Apiwe Beauty Mpahleni. Natasha Roda. In education, with distinction in jazz guitar and jazz improvisation, Eldred Daniel DuToit. Tamay Kim Peters. Genevieve Maria Wheatley. In performance, Francois Joubert Buerta. With distinction in chamber music and the degree with distinction, Francis Arcadia Brand. Siasanga Charles. With distinction in violin, Nicole Tracy de Oliveira. With distinction in music theory and analysis and piano and the degree with distinction, Koila Lea Anderstein. With distinction in lyric diction and singers theatre and the degree with distinction, Vasti Knudsen. Karen Elizabeth Rousseau. With distinction in jazz ensemble and jazz singing, Vuyolwetu Sotashe. With distinction in lyric diction and singers theatre and the degree with distinction, Victoria Ellis Stevens. David Peter van Niekerk.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Danielle Kelly McClenchie. In Labour, Organisational Psychology and Human Resource Management, Bronwyn Felicia Adriansa. Bhavesh Magan. In Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Adam Abubakar. Siaduma Biniza. Sarah Bloch. Caitlin Caroline Joan Cook. With distinction in studies in PPE, Joshua Davis. With distinction in studies in PPE, Ashley Robin Finn. With distinction in studies in PPE and political studies and philosophy, and the degree with distinction, David Graham Sizwe Jeffrey. With distinction in studies in PPE and political studies, Aisha Kricha. Mitchell Levieux. Aurea Catherine Mackenzie. Catherine Annabelle Marcus. With distinction in studies in PPE, Claire Lindsay MacDonald. Ntabeleng Mzizi. Sinead Power. Kia Prayer. Nishal Rob. With distinction in studies in PPE, Charlotte Rose Scott. With distinction in studies in PPE, Daniel Benjamin Siv. With distinction in studies in PPE, Amy Julia Thornton. Laurie Ray van Laren. With distinction in studies in PPE and political studies and the degree with distinction, Jarrett Schweitzer Whitehead. For the degree of Bachelor of Social Work, Andrea Sue Abrahams. Amy Lee Arendorf. Melisa Brink. Dean Bruins. Runyararo Esther Chibota. Miriam Chikwanda. Jessica Rachel Dudley. with distinction in studies in social work, and the degree with distinction, Caroline Hayden Glynn. Rudo Mabel Gunda. Danielle Jane Hart. Michaela Heidemann. Lelani Hobane. Robin Hoffman. Kirsten Humphreys. Shakira Jardine. Darren Lee Jones. Jessica Andrea Kannemeyer. Moran Kazansky. Beatrice Margaret Crum. With distinction in studies in social work and the degree with distinction, Meekness Lunga. Refilwe Modubo Maakamedi. Liandi Danielle McManafelt. Lamis Majid. Zara Iqbal Manji. Lemohang Ditokelo Mashile. Dikeme Masisi. Martha Londiwe Matenjwa. Terry-Ann McFarlane. Phumzile Zandile Patricia Mdakane. Phumelele Pretty Mkhize. Noluchelelo Mkai. Matefo Agnes Moloi. Silindile Nomfundo Motaung. Tapelo Brain Ngwenya. Sinehlanhla Ntando Yoinkosi Nyoni. Retlotlilwe Poe. Mareike Rademeyer. Kristen Kelly Roscoe. Kane Chirika Skoltz. Prashema Roshan Supol. With distinction in studies in social work and the degree with distinction, Sarah Jessica Strachan. Beauty Lala Tawo. Azingat Ele. Catherine Mary Templeton. Lovemore Mvushe. Janine Michelle Welby Solomon. Kelly Ann Whitaker. Marion Lee Williams. Rudo Diana Zivagwe. For the degree of Bachelor of Art Honours in Drama, Ndunyiswa Cyprian Kweyama. First class, Samukilisiwe Mabaso. Jane Claudia Messina. Nkululeko Hudson Mona. Elizabeth Maria Munro. Kim Dominique Slinger. Carnitas Nina Smith. Brindley Uitenbogart. First class, Amy Louise Wilson. For the degree of Bachelor of Music Honours in Dance, first class, Jacqueline Felicity Job. First class, Nicola van Straten. In performance, Janelle Jodianne Spielman. For the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in African Studies, Adila Kasim. In Archaeology, Jessica Lee Plaskett. In Clinical Social Work, Joanny Benito Camfa. Dominique Robert Caswell. Rosaline Veronica Claessens. Laura Kuziwe Dolo. Nkosinati Geya. Nolokolo Henrietta Gunuza. Litakazi Venus Hlazo. Miriam Rebecca Marman. Nomzamo Jennifer Makungo. Nomthandazo Joyce Mbutke. Zipho Trifina Ndebele. Maye Mari Mhaka. Alexandra Mpaimana. Simone Claire Ortel. Sylvia Ngediswa Pangeni. Sinethemba Phezisa. Tembisa Ruth Saleni. In criminal justice, Eunice Wambere Nyaga. In development studies, Siopedi Vanessa Wame Baitzile. Rutendo Phoebe Furusa. First class Liongo Motlabani. Sarah Jean Stewart. Nicole Watson. In economics, first class, Alexander Fairfax Child. Erica Jane Fleming. First class and the recipient of the De Villiers Smuts Scholarship, Daniel Myron Kaliski. In environmental and geographical studies, Ruvareshe Beta. First class, Asha Simiso Gamedze. First class, Alexandra Arabella Norrish. Tsele Tommy Ntane. Scott Roy Yamin. In Gender and Transformation, Janice Louise Garman. Christina Musakanya Jacobs. First class, Gretchen Jordan. Miriam Kanengoni. First class, Sina Langveld. Mangaka Meso. Sharon Paul Mwamanda. Amelia Winifred Sargent. Nyasha Size. In Industrial Sociology, Tatenda Millicent Chingore. Wesley Maraire. Lisa Claire Nathanson. Lauren Kate Stewart. In International Relations, Christian Klaassen. Diaco Lerato Di Poco. Simologo Matlaga. In Justice and Transformation, Paul James Morn Brown. Karusha Naidu. First class, Maxine Rubin. In Organizational Psychology, Nicola Kate Amerman. Ona Booley. Donne Brotherton. Julia Bush. Charlene Chauke. First class, Lior Chuvali. Trusha Daji. Laura Elizabeth Victoria Evans. Gabriella Frank. Robin Amy Ginsberg. Sohana Harilal. Tara Kiffin Howard. Jemal Candice Inglis. Chanel Julie. Zanet Naluli Kazali. Wame Fiona Letswiti. Masiabo Mosia. Nasie Nelisiwe Ngwenya. Amy Ann Peel. Marco Ciane Loforte Pimentel. In philosophy, politics, and economics, Samantha Lawrence Stewart Banner. Katrina Laura Godinho. First class, Michael Robert Marchant. First class, Sizwe Michael Mpofu Walsh. First class, Nicholas Calbraith Owsley. In political communication, Andre Francois Frey. Abongwe Kobokana. Richard Owen McClaverty. First class Dmitry Umansky. In politics, Amanda Snowy Sibokazi April. In probational correctional practice, Julia Kampfer. In psychology, Carmen Anderson. Akira Krishan Badul. Zakia Chikte. First class, Josephine Ruth Cornell. First class, Stacey Jane Hall. Shakila Tasnim Jaipal. First class and recipient of the De Villiers Smut Scholarship, Annika Janssen van Vuren. Amal Nagia. First class, Diane Elizabeth Nelson. Bernadette Shannon Richards. First class, Shirvan Yolande Sussman. First class, Yesha Dawas Hepes. Marina Ann Stephens. First class, Sivanesi Subramoni. First class, Dylan Ernest Thomas. Ida Weppener. First class, Jade Abigail Whitten. First class, Danielle Sharada Woolley. In Public Policy and Administration, Ashwin Sherman Manuel. Karen Marilyn Naidu. Anissa Rylands. In Religious Studies, First Class, Khadija Ajum. First Class, David Paul Bonnet. Frank Christopher Karigambe. Reiva Nicole Murray. Muhammad Yasin Ratcliffe. In Social Anthropology, Brandon Esterhuisen. Liam Peter Keane. Ziandan Zenze. Tamlin J. Nunes. First Class, Catherine Kate Louise Pallett. Suarelo Sylvia Corbella. Bay Marie Schmidt. Faranaz Frachom. In Social Development, Muchaniwa Elizabeth Gavanga. Dismasi Tinashi Kawani. Sisanda Millicent Mguzulwa. Dikenkeng Adelina Ramafikeng. In Social Policy and Management, Amy Danielle Harding. Jason Kevin Johnson. Claire Sheila Richfield. Lewin Joshua Rolls. Danielle Tanya Turner. In sociology, first class, Nicole Miriam Daniels. Charlton Esterhuizen.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Theatre and Performance with distinction, Lara Melissa Bai. Mfundo Shazibani. With distinction, Charles David Unwin. For the degree of Master of Arts in Fine Art, George Tiboho Mahashe. For the degree of Master of Fine Art with distinction, Isabel Christine Hrobler. For the degree of Master of Music with distinction, Carolyn Holden. In music, by dissertation and composition with distinction, Maxime Rupert Stark. In music, by dissertation and performance with distinction, Clinton Jared Claassen. For the degree of Master of Philosophy in African Studies, Chandra Nirmala Frank. Olisi Malimela. In Development Studies, Mabel Zenuya Sitoli. Anya Caitlin van Wyk. In Justice and Transformation, Tanya Charles. In Public Policy and Administration, Makondo Kabenga. Tamlin Mayer. Cheryl Ann Smith. For the degree of Master of Social Science and Clinical Practice in Social Work, Cindy Brains. Susan Louise Matrani. In Environmental and Geographical Studies with distinction, Kayleen Jean Cook. With distinction, Saskia Grayling. In Gender Studies, Heidi Corrine Martin. David Wayne Eng. Tuto Siabi Tipe. In Global Studies with Distinction, Ichumili Ntombikayisi Akona Gara. In International Relations with Distinction in the Dissertation, Gina Francis Edmonds. Sally Jebet Caprota. In Philosophy with Distinction, Carl Hammett Blumberg. In Psychology with Distinction, Sherry Michelle Kupovitz. Kaylee Sheila van Vey. In Social Development, Ngum Mabel Fanucci. Tatenda Vanessa Masendu. Elizabeth Hilda Luani Shawa. I'm a little confused here. In Social Policy and Management, Ashley Rudo Kundishora. Tomaka Retabili Mashali. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Drama, for a thesis that builds on the practice of theatre making, that uses feminist theory to analyze the incarceration of Nontete Nkwenkwe, an early 20th century leader and prophet, and that probes the potential in puppetry and performance to make apparent that theory's complexities. Aya Marnovek. In Gender Studies, for a thesis which analyzes the production of discourses on widow inheritance amongst the Luo of Kenya in the construction of gendered subjects and nations, Awino Edith Okesh. Music for a thesis on the history of the conductors of the Cape Town Municipal Orchestra from its inception in 1914 until 1965, and the changes and continuity in works performed, Shurit Alkema. In psychology, for a thesis on the implementation of an individual counseling program delivered by lay health workers for people on antiretroviral therapy in the public health care sector in the Western Cape, Sarah Frances Dewing. In religious studies, for a thesis that considers afresh the life and witness of Methodist missionary in the Eastern Cape, William Shaw. He was a defender of the settlers at the time of the War of Conquest against Xhosa Chief Hintsa and participant in the debate on the abolition of slavery in the London Parliament. The thesis shows how the ambiguities of upbringing and personal history impact upon Shaw's thought and actions on the colonial frontier, rather differently than his colleague and one-time friend, John Phillip. Peter Stanley Grasso. In social work, for a thesis which focuses on a case study of a residential diversion program for youth sex offenders that explores such programs from a restorative justice perspective and proposes new best practice guidelines, Eric Tulani Kubani. In sociology, for a thesis which offers a path-breaking contribution to our understanding of how the mechanisms of social capital and trust among small black entrepreneurs operate in contexts with diverse cultural norms, and of the significance of Pentecostal conversion for entrepreneurship, Julio Fernando de Sousa Jr. In sociology, for a thesis focusing on the history and consequences for Cradock District farm workers and farm dwellers' tenure security of conversions of arable and livestock farms to game farms, Naledi Nomalanga Mkhize.
Aren't they great? Let's have one more round of applause for all those fantastic graduates. We celebrate your degrees at the culmination of many years of study, sometimes 3 or 4 years for the BAs in social sciences, 6 or more years in the case of the PhDs. It's also the celebration of the end of a very successful year for the University of Cape Town, the end of the academic year. It's been a good year. We've done exceptionally well in research, with more research chairs. Nearly a third of all the research chairs in South Africa are at the University of Cape Town. Many new research-rated scientists. In all of the rankings, we have done well and are ranked at the top university in the continent. We're very proud of that. But perhaps what we're proudest of, what we would want to be remembered for, is our value system. And when you as graduates go out to the world of work, perhaps to other universities to study further, you will be measured certainly by the quality of your degrees and by the technical competence you have. But more than anything else, over time, you'll be measured by the values you espouse and the integrity you display. And the university tries to inculcate that and to get that message through to all of its students, its staff, and to the public at large. And we've had a good year in that respect too. This has been the year of the Spear, and we held a number of public debates in the T.B. Davey Lecture on Academic Freedom, focused on the controversy around the Spear. We had protests and marches to Parliament around the Protection of Information Act, the bill, to try to emphasize the importance of protecting both academic freedom and free speech. And it's the university's role to be engaged in that. Some of our researchers have been doing research in the law faculty on the traditional courts and have been lobbying to Parliament to modify or prevent the traditional courts bill going through in its current form. We have had people writing columns daily on different aspects of the good and bad of what's happening in the country. Because this finery, these cloaks and these funny hats that we wear at graduation, you need to ask yourself why we bother with that, especially why we retain that sort of link to the medieval church where these garbs started, and why we go through all this pomp and ceremony. Is it just a pageant? Our view is that it's not, that these robes and these hats and gowns represent something to society. They represent a moral authority in the way that the church did in the past, and for some still does today, and in the way that the courts do, also with gowns and hats and wigs. The universities have, it's society's way of saying to the universities, we look to the universities for moral guidance and for critical comment on what's going on in society. And that could not have been better displayed than through the wonderful puppetry we saw tonight, this afternoon, from our honorary graduates, who used an opportunity of a graduation address to make an address to the academia, not just as graduating students wishing you well on your way, but as an opportunity to highlight this enormous issue we face around fracking and the need for all of us as citizens to be engaged in that debate, to understand the consequences and not to be silent bystanders. Those are the values that UCT espouses. Those are the values we hope that you will embody as you go out and become ambassadors for this university. As you become graduates of the University of Cape Town for the first time, you join a special body, the Convocation of the University. It's the convocation that maintains the continuity between the past and the future of this university. It maintains the standards. It ensures that as you remain linked to the university as alumni for the next 30, 40, 50 years, you will remain proud of the university because it will make you proud through its standards and through the things it is doing. You exercise some authority, some influence over the university, and you do that through electing members to the council, the governing body of UCT. We have elections every 4 years to the council, and you are the constituency that elects councillors. Also, you elect the chancellor of the university, who symbolically represents the values of UCT. Currently, our chancellor is Mrs. Grosser Michelle. And you also communicate with us through our website to let us know when we do things you disapprove of and when we do things you approve of. And we communicate with you through quarterly newsletters. But none of that can happen if we don't know how to find you. And so I urge you, please, always to keep in touch with us, to update your email addresses and addresses as you move around the world, around the country, from job to job, so that we can send you your electoral ballot forms and your newsletters and keep you in touch with what UCT is doing. I want to say something about the university's appreciation to the parents, supporters, loved ones of the graduates. We know that it's through your sacrifice and your support that the graduates have got to where they are today, and I'm sure they will want to join me in thanking you. So I invite you, graduates, to take your scrolls, stand up and make eye contact with your loved ones in the audience, and wave those scrolls and shout your appreciation to them. And I'm sure you will recognize that without the lecturers, teachers, members of faculty on the stage, you also would not have got to where you are. And I invite you to show your appreciation to them too. And may I, on behalf of the university, extend my appreciation to the members of faculty and members of the support staff who make this such a great university. It's time to celebrate. Have a great day.